Been here almost 2 weeks and hadn't had clear skies. Finally, look at those views. That's what I've been waiting to see. Had so much smoke in there, just hadn't been able to see more than, I don't even know how far you could have seen, but I didn't see any of that coming up. So, absolutely gorgeous. These are those views I was looking for when I was driving around. Nice to finally get them. What's up, everyone? We are on the road. Got up early about 6, made the 3.5, 4 hour drive out of that spot. Super amazing place. I can't believe I was able to fish that. But talked to my wife, found out when I need to pick them up, what time I need to be at the airport, and we're staying at Airbnb. So with that plan, I know I don't have a lot of time. It's already 2 o'clock. After I did all the check-in, got ice, got gas, the day just kind of, I don't want to basically drive 2 hours back into the National Forest, down a Forest Service road to find a spot to fish for the day, half a day tomorrow. Salt Lake is 12 hours away, 650 miles or whatever. So I'm going to split it up into 2 days, which means I need to find a place to stay at night. So I'm just going to go back. As I was driving out of the National Forest today, I noticed that the skyline was clear. There was no smoke. So it made me think about this cool spot that I drove past a couple days ago, last weekend, I guess. As I was just kind of like, driving around, being the tourist in the National Forest, just trying to get my bearings or whatever. It was an amazing vista, and I think, it'd be a great spot to camp, but it was a little smoky that day. Views weren't great, so I'm gonna go back. I think it'll be a great spot. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna drive back here. It's probably an hour, 45 minutes maybe. There's no stream to fish, so it's probably not gonna be right there. It's more of a hunting trail, kind of dead ends, and I ended up having to turn around. I got real narrow. Pretty sure it was a ATV trail at some point. I could drive it fine. It's gonna be a little closed in, but it's worth it because it's got an amazing spot to set up a truck bed camper and just hang out for the night. Won't see anybody. It'll just be quiet, hang out for a little bit. Maybe open the computer. Maybe start doing some YouTube stuff. Might be able to do a video while we're in Salt Lake. That's kind of the plan that I had. Do that stuff at night and then hang out and do the tourist thing during the day. So if I can go ahead and edit a couple of those now, I can load up and get the series started. So that's kind of the plan. There's a stream that comes by. It's kind of a little bit lower. Probably stop there and fill up my solar shower, and then just rest. Need a day just to recover. The last 4 days were amazing, but yeah, hiking 4 or 5 miles in and 4 or 5 miles out every day. It starts to wear on you, especially when you've been doing it. I'll be going on 6 weeks. Today's Friday or Thursday. Either way, by the time you do all the planning and get in the truck and drive, like I've been going hard for about 6 weeks, so I need a day to rest. So that's what I'm gonna do. Resting my legs, hang out at the camp, have some amazing views, and just take all the last day, my Idaho trip in, and just kind of reflect, I guess. It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited to show you guys this spot. I touched on it a few days ago, but didn't really spend much time there. So we're gonna go back. So here's a little creek that was kind of on the way. I stopped here. You see the road kind of passes over there and swings back. So stopped here, filled up my solar shower. Beautiful little creek. I don't know, there might be some fish in that, but I'm not gonna fish it. Just gonna hang out today. It's beautiful out. So but I'm gonna jump back in the truck. We're getting close. All right, we made it. Took about 40 minutes or so driving, but Pretty awesome views. Yeah, so I think this will be a great place to wrap up my Idaho chapter of my road trip. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It's about, like I said, probably 40 minutes down a dirt road, but it's a good dirt road. It wasn't crazy or anything. You can see we got cool views all the way around. So yeah, just gonna park here, camp out for tonight, and then get up early and make my way to Salt Lake, get somewhere about halfway, camp there for one night or whatever. So, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna see anything or anybody up here. All right, let me go break out the camping gear, probably need to set up my solar stuff and set up my shade tarp, so I have some shade for today because it feels so nice. So it's like 65 degrees, and you got full sun, got a nice little light breeze. It's gonna be a good place just to hang out and close out this chapter. Man, it's been a good trip, good times. It was a great idea to come up here. All I hear are the bees, the horseflies, the wind blowing through the trees. It's an amazing place to end the trip. Or this part of the Idaho trip. Still got 2 weeks. Just had a black bear like run out in the middle of the road. It was over here. Jumped out and went right down the other side of that ravine. Like, that was crazy. He didn't look very big. Going down there somewhere. Wow, that was crazy. All right, what's up, everyone? Got up this morning, started driving to Salt Lake, and made it about 9 hours before a warning light came on. So the warning light I got was the engine oil pressure is low or engine coolant temperature is high. It's a warning light. So I pulled into a Walmart parking lot, followed the instructions. I went to, like I said, go to 15, read what's going on. So either hopefully there's nothing. I called my brother-in-law and he was like, sometimes these old vehicles, they'll just like throw a light every now and then. So maybe it's nothing. I shut the engine off like it said to do, let it wait like an hour, turned the car back on, and the light went away. Checked my oil, checked my coolant, everything was good. Just had my oil changed like right before the trip, like a day before the trip, so I shouldn't be low on oil. Checked it though, everything looked good, but there is a dealership like 8 miles away in this town, like in Twin Falls is where I made it, or just outside. So I'm gonna drive there tomorrow morning bright and early, hang out here and camp in this parking lot. I called all the hotel rooms thinking I could get a hotel room, and there's something going on. Like the cheapest hotel I could get, like a one room, was $279 a night. So I was like, I'm not paying $300 a night. There's like I don't know, I called like 10 hotels in this area that were like within driving distance to this Nissan dealership, and everybody was either no vacancies, there's circus, or there's a concert, or there's a football game or something. Who knows what's going on. One guy was like, I don't know, but we're booked up, and he's like, I have one room left, it's a suite, it's going for $279. And I was like, well, I appreciate it, man, but I'm not paying $279. So gonna camp in the Walmart parking lot. There's one other, he looks like he's doing the same thing. There's the Walmart parking lot. Gonna hang out here in the front seat for a little bit and then crawl back in the camper a little bit later, and just sleep the best I can till tomorrow morning. It's hot. It's like 90 degrees. Let me tell you what time. I can actually, let's see what it is now. It was 94 when my truck like did the little shimmy thing. It's down to 81, so that's cool. This is the light that came on. That light. It's off now though. So I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to take a chance of driving. I still got 3 hours in Salt Lake, and then a week there with my family, and then 2 weeks out in Wyoming and possibly Montana. So I don't know. Best thing I can think to do is go to the dealership tomorrow and let them tell me what's up. All right, what's up, everyone? We are at the Nissan dealership in Twin Falls, Idaho. It's about 7:15. Rob Green Nissan. They were about 7 miles away when my truck threw that code last night. So, like I said, I checked all the fluids last night, let it rest. Started back up and ran it. You know, got into a Walmart parking lot and slept there. Got up early. Street sweeping crew was out about 6:30, and then they parked like right beside me and were having a good time. But anyway, I was waking up anyway and kind of anxious for this day because I need to find out what's going on with the truck. So that's the plan right now. I'm just gonna make some coffee, doing some water. Maybe that's probably the first time I've ever had anybody making coffee in their parking lot, but this is where I've been living the last 6 weeks. So today is 6 weeks I've been on the road. So we're going to, yeah, it's got its adventures. I knew it was gonna be something. So it's kind of expected. Nice to have been lucky so far. The battery happened near a Walmart and I was able to get that fixed, and this happened close to a Nissan dealership, so I was able to pull in. It was like 15 miles or 15 minutes. It was like 6 miles down the road. So that's pretty good fortune, so I'm not complaining, but I am anxious. I'm ready to get this looked at and see what's going on and get the rest of this venture going. I gotta meet my wife tomorrow in Salt Lake. Alright, what's up? Dealership opened up at 8. They only do oil changes today, but the guy that was there came out and looked. He said, don't see anything visible. Oil looks good. Coolant levels, all that stuff's all good. He just basically said, you got an old truck. It's hot as crazy right here. And the temps are just nuts. And you've been driving through the mountains all day and sitting in a parking lot in Idaho with the AC running. Your truck just needed a breather. So he was like, yeah, I think you're good to go. So I've been driving for about another hour. Everything looks pretty good. Just gotta make it to Salt Lake, so it's about 3 hours away. So I got about another 2 hours to go. So yeah, that's where we're at. Just driving, got the windows down, not using the AC. I hadn't run the AC the whole trip anyway. In Utah now. All right, what's up, everyone? We had a good weekend, hung out with the family, did aviary and some other stuff in Salt Lake. Just kind of chilled for a little bit, but got up early this morning, took them to the airport, and packed up and hit the road. Been driving for about 7 hours. Packed all my stuff up, stopped by the grocery store, loaded up the coolers, and looked at the weather on the way and decided come back to a spot that I'd fished before, and then start here, and then have some other places in mind, but I'm gonna wait and see what the weather does. It was lots of thunderstorms in this other area I was looking at, and it was super smoky. So it's like 68 degrees here, so it's fantastic. I'm just gonna hang out here. I camped here in this exact same spot last year. It's a pretty awesome stream. So I'm gonna start this trip like I've said before. Like I like to go back to a spot that I fished when I transition to an area, just because it gives me a spot to drive to and a stream to fish as soon as I get there, rather than you know, the frustration of trying to find a new place and then getting lost, and then you have that like that anxious feeling of trying to find a spot to go fish and you're trying to drive. So it's just better for me if I come back to a spot that I fished before, and just start off on a good note. So this stream is pretty awesome. So we'll get up early in the morning. It's pretty it's kind of crazy. There's not hardly anybody here. Last year there were some people on the road in camped. I only saw like 2 people this time. So it's a Thursday, so maybe the weekend will fill up a little bit more, but this is it's a pretty cool stream. So I'm going to finish setting up the camp here. I just got to get some of the totes out and put my fuel canisters on the back here, and then just kind of clean up a little bit. The truck's been, we drove around a little bit, but it's pretty much been setting for 3 days. So I just need to kind of get everything straight again. My rods are all broken down. You can see them back there. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do tonight. I think I have leftover spaghetti from last night that we can do for dinner. I'll heat that up and just hang out here and enjoy the solitude and the cool weather. It was like 110 driving through. And of course I had a little bit of anxiety because my truck threw that sensor on the way to Salt Lake last, it's been about 4 or 5 days, but when the temperatures get high, and there was one spot in the highway where they had traffic stopped, and that's kind of when it threw last time, is when I was just sitting idling. So kind of wanted to come back to a spot I knew, also because if I do have any car problems, I know the area pretty well. I can get out of here and get to some help. The other area I was thinking about is pretty remote, and I didn't know it at all. So it was going to be all research, all planned, and we might still do it, but I'm going to wait and see how this area goes and how the weather goes, and then we'll think up something. But there's plenty of streams here. I had a pretty fantastic week here last year, and I'm going to plan on at least a week here this time, and fish a couple of streams again, but explore some new ones. There's more streams than I can fish in a lifetime. So that's the plan. I'm ready for a beer, man. I left at 10 o'clock. Man, it's 7. So 9 hours of driving. But we're here. Time for a beer.